NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G. I'm Master G. Fitz is my little co-host. He's a dog sitting over there on the couch next to me. We like to play Nintendo games together. It's the middle of the week, having a nice week so far. I hope everyone watching, tuning in, is ready to relax and play a little Nintendo with us. What we like to do on this show is do a live casual playthrough of some Nintendo games, old school NES games from the 80s and 90s, from my own personal collection. So the stream is not, it's not emulated. We play on the original NES console hardware, which is sitting right here behind me. We go through the instruction manuals. We do a bit of bar trivia at the end. I make a very special game-themed drink, which you might enjoy. If you're just getting settled in, if you're just cutting out of work and getting home, you might want to make yourself one of these. Comes highly recommended. The Renegade Punch, in honor of today's game, Renegade, where we will be punching a lot of things. It's a great drink. Got a little tequila in it, some pineapple juice. It's a good summer drink, very refreshing. I'm kind of waiting for the warm weather to get here. Go ahead and make yourself a drink. It's a pretty easy one today, nothing too complicated. Most people probably have those ingredients. We'll get right into it with Renegade on the NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G. So the first thing we like to do is talk a little bit about the game. The Renegade game is a popular port, I think. It came to the NES after being an arcade console, developed, possibly distributed by Taito in the 80s. It is kind of the precursor to that sort of beat-em-up game on the NES. So you may not have heard of Renegade, but you may have heard of the Double Dragon series. That one was extraordinarily popular, I think, with people. It's definitely one of my favorite games. This was Technos Japan's actual first game. And you might know Technos Japan from some of the other games. They have very memorable little cartoon characters. They made a bunch of games that came to the NES. As a kid, I played a lot of Nintendo World Cup soccer with the little Technos characters. They have a great game called River City Ransom, Super Dodgeball. They had a dodgeball game we'll play a little later in the year here. And what else? There's another one that's slipping my mind. Oh, the Crash and the Boys Street Challenge, one of my favorite games from my childhood. Not many people knew about this game. It's kind of a weird, oddball sort of game. But man, was it fun, and did we play a lot of it. I think it was one of those games you could possibly play 4 players, so we would get together with the family members, myself, my siblings, my cousins. We'd get together and play Crash and the Boys Street Challenge, where it's just kind of a fun take on a sports game, like a track and field type game, I guess, with a Technos Japan twist. And you'll see what I mean when we highlight that game a little bit later in the year. But this was their first game, I think, on the NES, the first game that came to it. And, you can tell the graphics are going to be a little bit dated. It's not quite as polished as the Double Dragon series, but the mechanics of the game are really good. And I think it's like the first time they tried to really put together that type of side-scrolling beat-em-up where you're just kind of walking through. Now, they didn't quite get that with this game. Like, each stage of this game, you're not, like, advancing through a level and fighting, bad guys as you go. You stay in, like, one room, and the bad guys come to you. And once you've killed wave after wave of bad guys, punched and kicked them and beat them up and used all the moves or whatever, you get to go to the next room. And it advances like that. There's a fun segment where you're fighting a gang on motorcycles. That's a lot of fun. This was a pretty popular game, and honestly, it kind of launched a series. It kind of spawned a style of game on the NES, I think, that became very popular. It started with this one. So I think this one came out originally in 1986. So when I say it was like early in the life cycle for this NES console era, it really was. The music's good, it's catchy, it's fun. What I really like about this game, though, are kind of the fighting mechanics, because you would think for a game of this era, some of the black box like karate type kung fu games, it was very just like, you punch in one direction, you punch in the other direction, you kick in one direction, you kick in the other direction. This game, you can charge at people, you can flip them. It's the first time, you can get them on the ground, do a little ground and pound. You can jump kick. They really worked a lot into the controls, and I think that's what made it fun. I think it's a very accessible game, and I don't think it's too expensive. So if you want to add this one to your collection, you probably should. Probably a lot more people are going to gravitate toward the Double Dragon series because it's more well known. But those games that are more popular and well known are a little bit more expensive in your local game store. So if you're looking for a good early beat 'em up, you can probably get this one for pretty cheap. I know it's not by any means a rare game. It's a little bit uncommon, maybe. I mean, I don't always see it because, like I said, I don't think it was quite as popular. But as you'll see when we get to the game, I mean, it's pretty fun to play through. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I mean, I'm not sure what you guys out there think if you had this game as a kid or you played it a lot. I mean, it's really kind of fun to play. There's nothing really broken with it that I can tell. I mean, knowing that it was kind of like the first attempt at this style of game, it's kind of cool how they sort of nailed it. I mean, you can see elements in this game appear all throughout other NES beat 'em ups and even further on. So, I wonder if a lot of what they developed for this game when it was an arcade game was kind of borrowed for future generations and future games like this. So, yeah, it's pretty fun. So I think we'll get into it now. We'll check out the box art here and we'll have a look at the manual. The box for this Renegade game, hold it up there so you can see it. I like to get these plastic video game rental cases custom made rather than having the original like cardboard cases for my collection. They look really nice on the wall there, all lined up. But yeah, the box art's kind of neat. It's this sort of hand-drawn, Americanized guy kicking some Mohawk thugs. There's a guy with a sweet jean jacket vest with a skull on it and a bandana. I mean, I think this is typically what the Japanese thought of the American street gang. So you got this nice clean-cut guy here, the clean haircut, slacks, just kicking a mohawked, bare-chested vest dude in the face there. There's a baseball bat behind him and a guy slumped over a subway platform. So, I mean, probably a game if I asked for when I was a small child. I was playing these games when I was like 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, mostly. I probably would not have gotten this one for Christmas. My parents probably would have looked at this game box and said, "Oh, no, that's too violent." On the back, you get nothing. You get 3 screenshots here. So, yeah, I don't know if they just weren't sure what to write about this game. I think it's probably more likely that something was lost in the translation. Because, like I said, this was a game in Japan, that was developed and became very popular before they ported it over to America and American audiences. They did give it a nice redesign too. We'll talk about a little bit of what I know just from reading around on the internet about some of the things they changed to make them more Americanized. I guess our street gangs aren't quite as cool as the Japanese street gangs. So they did change a few things up. But we'll talk about that as we get into the manual. I'm going to put that up on the screen for you now, and we'll go through my original game manual for the Renegade NES console game. All right, there we have it up on the screen. Another nice picture of that box art. That's pretty much what the manual looks like there. Um, Nothing really to note in that regard. Like I said, pretty violent. Death, gang, how to play Renegade. Just kick people in the face. That's probably a strategy I'm going to employ when we play today. Uh, there's a lot of bad guys. There's a lot coming at you, and you're only one man. So the manual, of course, the Nintendo seal of quality, tells you all about not using thinner solvents, benzene, and alcohol, which is a lie, to clean your game packs. I heard that Nintendo was very concerned that kids would use this high proof rubbing alcohol, I guess, and start fires accidentally. So they told you not to clean your games with alcohol. And coincidentally, we would all just blow in the games to get them to start and spit all over them. And that obviously was not a good idea either. And as they always warn you, don't mess around with things, and don't throw it or put it in fires or in the refrigerator. Just so you know, these cartridges have held up surprisingly well over 35 years, I think, for this one. 34 years maybe. No trouble getting this one to fire right up. It's amazing how these cartridges last. But yeah, so the story, how to play, how to operate, special powers, and then the all too familiar notes section. So the story, pretty basic for this, the Americanized Renegade. You're surrounded by gangs of bloodthirsty thugs. You weren't looking for trouble, but you're not gonna run from it either. Only you can put these punks in their place, face down in the gutter. Your flying fists and killer kicks will have to do the job. It's you or them. I think that's great. I love games like this. It's kind of overdone in a corny way, but it works. So yeah, the gist of it's pretty simple. You have a couple of game modes for difficulty, but 4 stages. It's pretty straightforward. You might think it's kind of like a concept game, and it probably was. I don't think they got too complicated with it. They just figured out how to make beat 'em ups work and design a couple different types of enemies that come at you, including those outlaw bikers, which are pretty awesome and hard to deal with. And then, of course, the killer kung fu females in the alley. I'm not sure if that was a thing in Japan, or if they didn't really have a correlated thing for the American version, or if they really thought that there were gangs of killer kung fu females walking around prowling the alleys of New York City in the 80s. Maybe there were. I don't actually know. And then if we are fortunate enough to get to stage 4, a mind-blowing maze laced with blood-hungry hoods. I gotta give you a little spoiler alert. I did not own this game as a kid. I got it when I started collecting and getting into the NES hobby. I've only played maybe 20 minutes of this game so far in my life, so this is going to be like a true, almost a first-time playthrough for me. And I like coming at these games that way. That's why we're doing the stream. I'm not a professional. I'm not gonna know where all the secrets, all the tips are. I'm gonna play this game just like many of you would be approaching it the very first time you played it, if you decided to go out to your local game store and get a copy for yourself. Losing a life is pretty straightforward. You have a health bar, so I mean you can take a beating in this game. It's not too difficult to survive, but you do have to be careful. We'll see how far we can get with the health we got. The controls, pretty simple. A, B, select, start, just like any other NES game. The next page is actually going to tell you more about the actual controls. So basically, yeah, you're in one room. You can move up and down, so you can move in dimensions. Yeah, you're gonna be kicking. I think you're gonna be kicking with the. Let me see. I should remember this before we get started. Oh yeah. So the A button punches and the B button kicks, but it's like depending on which way you're facing, right? So if you're facing, towards the A button on the controller, right, then and you push it, you're going to punch that way. If you're facing the other direction, you got to push B to punch, because like the A and the B button are directional. If I'm facing to the right, I push A, I'll punch to the right. I push B, I'll kick behind me. If I'm facing the other way, B will punch to the left and A will kick behind me. You can jump kick, push them both at the same time. That's kind of fun. Motorcycle stage has some extra controls. Goodness, I gotta accelerate, lean down, lift up, kick with button A, grab an S. I don't even know what the S is. We'll have to see when we get to that stage. I don't remember that when I played through beforehand. But speed up with the B button. Let's see here. Oh yeah, you get to run in this game. Yeah, this is a fun thing you need to know before you get started. So, if you double tap to the left or you double tap to the right, you will actually run in that direction, right? If you kind of run into the wall or some other obstacle, like I think you can accidentally run right off like a platform. But if you don't stop yourself, once you start the guy running in a direction, you'll hit something and you will get hurt from doing that. So you have to be careful about running, I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah, so there's a lot of flexibility with the controls. I mean, you'll see that when we play. For such an old game and for such a new type of game in the NES library, there's a lot they put into the controls. So that's cool. Yeah, I don't think it gives you too much besides this. You know, the running punch. Oh yeah, so you start running one direction, you push A. You know, he punches while he's running. If like I said, you're moving in dimensions, right? So you got to be kind of lined up, moving up or down in the room with the guy. If you're off by just a little bit, trying to run and punch him, you'll just run right by him and crash into the wall and hurt yourself. The running kick is a little bit easier, although when you launch yourself in the air after you're running, you run the risk of falling off a platform or running into something. But they do feature the classic ground and pound. So once you punch an enemy a couple times, you get him on the ground, you can actually jump over him and sit on him and sit there and just, you know, punch his face a couple times. And yeah, pick up some special powers. We'll get to those in the next pages. Yeah. You can only do it if he's not flashing. You stand over him, push the control pad down. He'll sit on him, and you'll just keep punching him. He'll get up after a while, so you got to do that pretty quick. Also, the shoulder throw, which I know is featured in the Double Dragons. You face to face with the guy punching him. You know, you can lock up with him and throw him over your shoulder into other characters, because there are going to be a lot of bad guys on the screen at a time. It's me versus everyone. One versus all. So it's easy to get overwhelmed. We'll try to throw some bad guys into other bad guys to make quick work of them. It's good they encourage the kids there. Do not be disappointed if you do not get the hang of it right away. Keep practicing, because, you know, if there's one thing you want to learn from these games, it's how to properly execute a shoulder throw on your schoolyard bullies. So if you take anything away from this game, it's like a primer in how to properly fight street toughs that you might encounter on the way home from school. No, I'm just kidding, kids. Don't fight. Violence is not the answer. You know, play video games. It's a better way. Kneeing your enemy, another fun one. and I don't condone this, but I'll try to do it in the game. You can actually grab your enemies. If they're crouching but not on the ground, you can push the A button or B button depending on which way you're facing. And yeah, you're basically just gonna knee him right in the crotch a couple times. I guess that's a valid move. I mean, it works. It's effective. I wouldn't like to get kneed in the crotch, but you know, when there's a gang of street toughs after you, I'm not sure what other options you might have. You know, if it's 4-on-1, knee some people in the crotches. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. You'll see. Stages 2 and stage 3, you know, stage 2. Oh, this is nice. They give you a way to kind of jump ahead, which is kind of cool. I kind of like that. I'm going to try to avoid doing it. If I do terribly, we might try to skip ahead to stage 3 just so you can see it, but I'm confident I can kind of get through these stages. This is a feature that most NES games don't tell you in the manual. They don't give you cheat codes. Essentially, that's what that is. I mean, it'll skip you to future stages. So they tell you right in this manual. You know, if you want to start on stage 2, you have to have 2 controllers plugged in. You have to put the codes in using both controllers. I'll get the other controller out. It's probably a little chewed up from my co-host, but we'll have a look at that if we need to. But like I said, there's only 4 stages in this game as a whole. It's not a long game. It's definitely a game that you can buy, you can master, and you can beat in a day, I think. Like I said, it kind of feels like a proof of concept game, like the developers were trying something new, and I think they nailed it, and then they expanded on it in future Technos releases, I think. Okay. The hamburger. That is a hamburger. So you need food to replenish your energy level. If you can find walls to kick, you can find hamburgers in the walls. This is obviously something that was added or changed or edited when they ported this over from Japan. I believe I read on the internet that it was not a hamburger in the Japanese version. It was a sushi roll. I still think you had to kick the walls to find sushi rolls. I'm not sure where that came from, but I heard that when they ported it over, they just plain old simply forgot to change the icon to look more like a hamburger. Although I would argue that that doesn't look quite like a sushi roll either, or a piece of sushi either. But yeah, essentially, if you see that crudely drawn shape on the screen, that is how you replenish your energy levels. It is a hamburger, believe it or not. It brings you up to 100%. So run and kick the walls. You have to do it at like a very specific time. I tried to do this in stage 1 a couple times, but I was like, you know what? I probably don't need the hamburger that much. But yeah, there's a timer. So it ticks down like the seconds, right? And whenever the seconds are on a 17 of a given minute or whatever, and you kick the wall in the stage, a hamburger pops out and you can replenish your health. 43 in stage 2, 59 in stage 3. I'm probably not going to remember that. Interestingly enough, you'll see on the next page, there's another timer set of secret power-ups if you kick walls, or rather, it might just appear. But yeah, anyway, the heart. Occasionally a heart will float past the Renegade. If you catch it, a second Renegade will appear. Now, I read this. Hint, use a sit-on punch on the Renegade's third victim when the last digit of the timer is an even number. So, I don't know. I guess, like, if I wanted to, I could really sit down and try to make this heart appear. It did not appear for me just naturally playing before, because I wasn't trying to figure out, okay, when do I need to knock someone down and then sit on them and then punch them? It has to be the third victim. And it has to be when the last digit of the timer is an even number, which, happens every other second, obviously. But I honestly did not get the heart to appear. So maybe I was doing something wrong with, like, I don't know how they judge my third victim. Is it just the third enemy I face? Because I think the stage starts with 3 people coming at you. So maybe you only get one chance at the heart. Or maybe it's waves of 3, and as long as you sit on and ground and pound the third guy, if you knock him out when the clock's even, you get the heart. Doesn't tell you what the heart does, and I didn't find it in my pre-run, so I don't actually know what the heart's going to do. Maybe we'll see it today. I hope. Yeah, let's see here. A power-up P appears. If you can catch it, you get to knock down your enemies with a single punch. Again, you have to jump kick an enemy when the last 2 digits are at a certain thing on the timer. I'll be jump kicking a lot. I mean, we might see the power up. I hope we do. And then the speed power up is only in the motorcycle scene. It's helpful, I think, because the motorcycle scene is a little bit frantic, and just being able to run yourself into the other motorcycles makes things a little bit easier to manage. before we go, this whole idea of giving you this information in the instruction manual, which if you did not have this manual, you would have no clue, as a kid. Like if you rented this game, a lot of times the manuals were not in the rental box anymore. You'd have no idea why the power up appeared or what that little turd shaped thing was, the hamburger. You'd have no idea how you got it. You'd have no idea where it came from or how to make it happen again. It's interesting that in the manual they basically put their little I guess algorithms in there and tell you like, well, this is how we programmed it. It's not specifically like a random generation. We just connect it to certain points on the timer, and if you do certain things at certain points on the timer, mysteriously power-ups appear. That's what I mean. Like if you had the manual, all these things. If you did not have the manual, though, this game would just be a mystery. You would be spending days trying to figure out how to get that power up appear. You'd swear that you knew, you gotta kick the wall and it appears, but then you kick the wall and it doesn't appear, and you'd have no idea it's because you weren't on a very specific second of the game timer. So, I mean, I think that's neat. I think that's neat that they put it in there. I think that's neat that it's part of the game. I think it's a great way these developers worked in different things when they were designing these games on very, very old hardware. Yeah. And then, of course, the notes. So, as I've mentioned before in other streams, I really love that all these manuals have the notes section where you can write down your high scores or write down your thoughts about how to get the little hamburger turd to appear. Unfortunately, this copy of the manual that I have, nobody was taking notes. We wrote notes all the time. So I am surprised at how few of these manuals I acquire through the course of my collecting where there are no notes written in by the previous owner. I'm actually not I'm not looking as a collector. I'm not looking for, perfect mint condition everything. I just want the games to work. I would actually prefer to acquire some manuals with old notes and with names written in them so I can call them out on this stream. I think that's really neat. That's how we did things back in the day, before the internet and computers. You had to write stuff down. A lot of these games you had to write maps. A lot of things you had to write manually as you were playing, and it was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, this scan that you see up there is this actual manual I have in my hand. There are no notes. And then, of course, the compliance with FCC regulations. And a little promo on the back cover for some of their other games. Let me see here. I don't have Arkanoid in my collection. I think that's just like a basic brick breaker type of game. Legend of Cage, I believe I do have, but I don't have a manual yet, so that one might not be featured for a while. Elevator Action, I do have both. It's kind of a weird little sort of Atari-looking game. It's kind of fun. We'll get to it at some point. I think we might have it featured in Season 1. I think I might have already started putting together some elements of that playthrough. So stay tuned for that in a couple weeks. I'm pretty sure it's coming up. All right. So I would like to give us plenty of time to play this game. So we're going to take a short commercial break so you can use the restroom, make yourself a Renegade Punch before we get started with the playthrough, and join us back here in just a moment where we will be playing Renegade. All right. We'll see you guys soon. All right, and we're back with the NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G. We're getting ready to play a little playthrough of a game called Renegade, a classic beat 'em up, one of the earliest type of beat 'em ups on the NES console. Came out, I believe, in 1986 in arcades. I think it was ported in 1987. So I'm going to go ahead and fire this up for you. Oh, let's get it up in the stream there for you. So yeah, Renegade. That's what it looks like. Kind of some crude, old school graphics. Like I said, a very early game in the NES life cycle. So yeah, you got your 1-player game, your 2-player game. let's get ready. Let's get into it. Let's get after it. So I'm, oh man, see? Do a little run, a little kick. Ooh, weapons, see? He's got a bat. Oh man, I'm not doing well here. Oof. Alright, there we go. Got one down. Oh, see, he's running at me. See, they run at you, too. A lot of bad guys. Let me kick this one. Punch. 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 I like how the first scene is in a subway. I believe they redesigned that in the Americanized version, the port. I think they wanted to make the locales make a little more sense. Oh, just kneeing him in the crotch over and over again. See, you know, if you're gonna come at me 3v1, I'm gonna knee you in the crotch every chance I get. I just think that's, you know, it might not be fair. It might not be a clean fight if it's just one-on-one. But I don't know if you get. Oh yes, perfect execution. I threw him. Get lost, punk. Harsh, harsh. They even talk smack. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. See, I don't know if it's fair for this guy to have a bat. Oh no. See what I mean about running too far and then accidentally jumping off the ledge? Oh. All right, here we go. I think this is our last chance at stage 1. All right. I'm just gonna get punchy, and then I'm gonna knee. Okay. It's the bat guy. It's the bat guy I don't like. You know, in the Dragon War or the Double Dragon games, at least Double Dragon 2, I know, you know, you hit these guys with their weapons like the bat, and they drop them, and you can actually pick up the weapon and use it against them. Unfortunately, in this game, not exactly fair in that I do not get to wield the bat. That was funny. He just pauses. He didn't want to hit me. I don't get to wield the bat. I'm like one hit away from dying here, aren't I? Yep. I thought so. Get lost, punk. Alright. Now that we're warmed up. Let's have a little sip of this Renegade Punch. Okay. Alright. Give me some love, Fitzy. Give me some love. We need it. Here we go. And we'll give you a better show this time, I hope. I think maybe we'll just stick to the punches and the kicks. Not try to get fancy. Ugh. It's like the AI is pretty good in that, like, they surround you, you know? It's a little bit crazy how they'll like position themselves in front of you and behind you, so one of them's grabbing you while you're trying to fight the others. So I think the strategy is probably to like switch, like when this guy gets behind me, to like kick him or something. Did that wrong. Ooh, I was trying to throw him over my shoulder into the other guy, but I couldn't do it. I should probably check that manual again and make sure I know how to do the shoulder throw, because that's another good strategy, I think, maybe for dealing with the guys that surround you and get behind you. Maybe just, okay, bat. Alright. Wow, holding me down and hit me with the bat. Look at him ducking. I'm gonna do some running kicks. Maybe that's a good strategy here. If the bat guy leaves me alone. Alright. Yep. Ah, the bat. Always with the bat, dude. Look at him. Just ruthless with that thing. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to deal with that bat guy. Alright. There we go. Throw him. I just need to execute those shoulder throws a little better, I think. If I can get better at throwing guys into other guys, I think we'll be in good shape. Goodness. Okay. Maybe I need to stretch. Maybe I need to just get amped up, or maybe I just need more punch. Two-player would be fun. It'd be fun to have like a two-player show here. But like I said, you know, I'm playing on all the original hardware, so you got to come over to my house and sit over there where Fitz is, and we can team up here. I'm kind of thinking though that probably if we team up, there's going to be 6 of these guys. Man. They just keep coming. Where are all these guys coming from? I feel like John Wick, except without the gun. You know, if I had a weapon, I think this would be a fair fight. But like the assailants, they just keep coming. It doesn't matter how many of them I defeat. There's always another one waiting, trying to get at me. Okay. Yep, I'm throwing you. It's the bat. Alright. Yep. Gotta take care of the bat. That it? Alright, we did it. Go in the subway. Oh no, we didn't. This is not the end of stage 1. Get another subway scene. So yeah, instead of like doing like the side-scrolling thing, it's really okay. You know, like they have these different locales, and I mean, admittedly, they're all kind of the same with just a different, you know, face, different graphics. But I don't know. I think you know, I think they made the right move, turning it into like a level when they started making like the Double Dragons and like River City Ransom is kind of a side scroller too. So when they started doing that kind of thing, oh, I was trying to ground and pound there, but I didn't execute properly. Chuck him. Don't come running at me. Don't come running at me. That's got to be it, right? Get off the subway. Oh, the boss fight. Oh, yeah, see? Not cool. Kick him a little. He's got a health bar, and I am almost done. I think I need to, like, just get him to the edge. I wonder if you can throw this guy. Can you... Oh, he can... He's gonna knock me off the edge. That's what's about to happen. Yep. Jack! Get lost, punk. So, the boss of stage 1, his name is Jack. I'm not sure what his name was in the Japanese version, but I'm sure you can look it up. Ooh, I like that I get to start here. Come on, man. Dude. I gotta get away from the edge. Gotta switch it up next time. Yep. Player 1, game over. That's it. Well, I showed you stage 1, but I think we'll be able to beat Jack. Oh, take a little breather. Okay. Let me consult my instruction manual. Maybe I do need to get the little hamburger. All right. Okay, I guess I gotta kick the wall that was like way on the left there. When the timer is at 17 seconds. We're gonna do that in this run. I'm gonna see if I can figure out how that works. It's not really fair that the back guy can hit me while I'm kneeing this guy. Alright, 17 seconds. Guys, pay attention. When are we at 17 seconds? Someone's got to warn me in the chat. I'm going to run over at that wall, and I guess I'm just going to jump kick from a stationary position. I'm not really sure. Like, they're going to be punching me the whole time. I don't know. Okay, I was facing the wrong direction. That's all right. We'll get it on the next 17. If I survive, which I kind of don't think I'm going to. Yeah, there it is. All right, punks. Whew, you knocked me down, but I keep coming back. I would like to throw this guy. I feel like he has earned a nice throw off the edge. Yeah. Tired of getting punched by you, dude. Can I kick you off the edge? No. That's what I mean, man. They get right in front of you and right behind you. What? Unfair. It's just not fair. Cue it up. Let's do this. I was gonna throw the back guy, but then the other guy punched me from behind. Not cool. cool. It's just not cool, man. It's not cool. That's all right. Shake it off. We'll be back for another beating. All right, all right, all right, all right. Focus. Focus. Okay. 17 seconds, kick the wall. Goodness. How are you supposed to remember that? How are you supposed to do that with so many people coming at you, screwing with you like this, you know? I'm getting that hamburger. I'm getting the hamburger. I've decided there's enough time. We have enough time on this stream for me to just focus on getting the hamburger. Wow. Lay off it with the bat. Are you serious, dude? Just relentless with that bat, brother. Relentless. He just gets on me. Gets on me with that bat, and there's nothing I can do. Just gets on me, man. If you're not with the bat guy, he's just gonna hit you. Get those sucker punches in, those cheap shots when I'm grappling with another dude. All right, dodge, evade, evade. Dude, let go of me, let go of me. I need to go kick the wall. Missed it. Missed my chance. I don't know, do I have to jump kick the wall, you think? Or you think I can just, like, stand facing with my back against the wall and, like... I bet I can just stand with my back facing the wall and just kick behind me. Well, guess I have to survive long enough. Man, maybe I really should just focus on getting that hamburger. I'm just gonna go stand next to the wall this time. I apparently need that hamburger if we're gonna get through this game. There's no other way. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm standing here. The back guy is still coming at me. I'm gonna kick that wall when it gets to 17, and that's it. Come near my fists. I'll just stand here. I'm just throwing fists. You walk into them. How about some of that? Yeah? 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 How's the bat doing now, buddy? You just watching. Waiting for your opening. Come on, bro. Come on. I got kicks in me too. You need to lay off me when it gets to 17, though. Kick! Kick! Oh, come on. I kicked the wall. What am I supposed to do? Where's my hamburger, bro? There's a hamburger there. I was told there was a hamburger in that wall. Okay, settle down. Settle down. You need to just settle. No, get away. Back away, friends. Back away. You're done. I'm over you. Get out of here. Get out of here. I don't need the hamburger. You keep your hamburger, bro. Some of that. I'm gonna throw your friend. Ooh. Just get away from the bat guy. I just don't want the bat guy hitting me while I'm fighting these other two. You stay on your side, dudes. Enough of this. Get out of here. Yeah, of course. It's always the guy with the bat. Getting those sucker punch cheap shots in. Alright, I'm gonna pause it. Wait, no, I don't have to pause it. We're at the start menu. Alright, where is this hamburger? Somebody help me out. How do I get this hamburger? Hamburger. Renegade needs food to replenish his energy level. Kick the walls to find a hamburger. Oh, you have to use a running kick. So what? You tell me I gotta stand on one side of that platform, that subway platform. I gotta time a running kick at like, what, like 19 seconds? Time a running kick. Hope that one of the three guys is not in the way of my running kick path. And then jump kick into the wall right at 17 seconds. You're telling me that is what you expect me to do to get my wall hamburger. Jump kick. Running kick. Okay. Alright, now let's get the hamburger. I can do that. I think this stage works better if I hang out by the wall, though. Yeah, get out of here, bat. Throw you right over the edge. That's what you need. About to get some health. Alright, here we go. Just dodge. Just dodge him for like 2 more seconds. See, I can't even run at the wall because there's 3 guys in the way. How am I supposed to time a running jump kick into that wall with 3 dudes standing in the way? One of them always has a bat for some reason. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm trying to set it up. Nope. Fail. Running jump kick into the wall at precisely 17 seconds. Like, who would figure that out, honestly? Who's running and jumping into the wall just to see what would happen? Alright, we need a new strategy. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna stand here and jump kick all of you. You can have my jump kicks. Yep. Come on. Come walk into my foot. Walk into my foot, guys. There it was. Oh, I got a power up. How did I get the P? We'll have to look that up later. I don't even know what I did to get the P. I'm just sitting here jump kicking and the P appears. The power up. The one punch power up. You saw that guy go flying. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea how I got the P. I wasn't trying. I'm trying to get the damn hamburger. But apparently, I'm not gonna get the hamburger. But I am gonna jump kick all of these guys in the face. Because I'm tired of these shenanigans. Back away. That's what we're gonna do. Oh, come on. Not cool, man. Yeah, I feel like this game begs for a second player to join me here, so we can enact retribution, and I can hold some street punks down while you punch them. Get lost, punk. Goodness. It's all right. It's all right. That's all right. I'm not defeated. I'm not defeated. This is a great way to take out your aggression. You know, if you have a very stressful day-to-day job and you just want to come home and decompress, get yourself Renegade, because oof, it's gonna feel good when I finally get past this level. And this back guy, I can't even get up. I can't even get up. The back guy, just every time I stand up, knocks me right down. Yep, back against the wall. Walk into my flying feet. Kicks. Kick to the face. Kick to the face. Kick to the face. Have some of that. You too. You too. You want some? Mm-mm. That's not good. He got me down. He got me down. Alright. Back. I kind of just want to grapple with the back guy so I can kick him in the nuts a few times. I feel like he's earned that. He's earned a good crotch knee. I feel like the back guy really he only responds to flying kicks to the face. So I think that's the way to deal with him. Flying kicks to the face from now on. I'm gonna go through this door. Is it different? It's not. It's not different. If I kick the wall here, will I get a hamburger? See, I don't like that. I don't like that. You can grab me, bro. I want to get behind you. I don't want to be thrown off the ledge here. Ugh! You gotta be kidding me! You gotta be kidding me! Jack, you didn't even get a punch in. You got one punch in. You got one punch in that time, Jack. Yeah. Yeah. You like kicks? You like to kick? Have some of that, Jack. Have some of that. I got a kick for you. Yeah. No, 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 no. Don't do that. Don't do that, Jack. You're gonna get a flying kick to the face. Oh, tasting my own medicine. I see. See, you learned how to do that. There you go, Jack. How about it? Oh, no. Did I just run off the edge? Okay, apparently after you defeat Jack, there's still time for you to run off the edge and lose. It's alright. I'm gonna keep kicking you, Jack. And I'm not gonna run off the edge this time, I promise. It's a good thing I had one continue left. We'll have to remember that for next time. When you're kicking Jack in the face, don't run off the edge after you finally knock him out. How we do? Mr. K? I think it's me. I'm Mr. K. Kunio-kun. You ain't tough enough for me, Jack. Alright, let's get beat up by some guys on motorcycles. I love this. So these motorcycle gangs, they were like a thing in Japan. So they were like these teenage gangs that would trick out their motorcycles. If you have time, look it up. I'll get it on Wikipedia after we're done here and tell you all about these gangs. But they would like do all these weird customizations to their bikes, and yeah, they were just like youth motorcycle gangs. I mean, I don't think they were all youth motorcycle gangs, but I think it was like real prevalent in, you know, with like the younger generations, maybe in the 80s. But yeah, I mean, that's what this is here, right? This is like a call out for that. That's who these guys are in their pink vests. Now, there was a signature outfit that these or accessory for the outfit that these motorcycle gangs all wore, but I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's a question in our bar trivia session after we're done with the game here. I like to put together a little bit of bar trivia for y'all, and one of the questions is about that accessory. So if you can find out about those Japanese gangs now, look it up, because there will be a quiz later. All right, that's all right. I'm feeling good about the kicks. I feel like I've got the kicking down. I feel like it's a lot more fun to punch and throw people into other people, but it's a little hard to do because every time you're grappling with someone, this guy with a bat comes at you and hits you in the back. Gives you a little like kidney smack with his wooden bat. Really not fair at all, if I'm being honest. But one thing I know is that my kicks work, and occasionally I'm gonna knee some people just because, you know, that's funny. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come at me, come at me. Yeah, there's the P. There you go, bud. Do I just get one? I get one. Oh no, I get two. Do I get three? No, I get two. I get two power punches when I get the P. Who knows what got me that P? I remember reading it when we went through the instruction manual at the beginning of the show. But I don't recall exactly. I don't recall. Alright. One more. One more. One more. One more kick. Oh, okay. You're back. Alright, we'll give you a few punches. You gotta remember to sit on one of these guys and punch him, but I feel like sitting on a dude and doing the punch thing while he's on the ground is a bad idea. And you know why? Is because there's two other guys that are just gonna hit me. So that's why I'm not trying to do that. I'll kick both of you. Bad. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, uppercut. I'm not gonna kick you in the face. I think you need a crotch knee. Yeah, that's alright. I didn't get the knee in, but it's okay. And of course, boss guy's just gonna get kicked. That's what's gonna happen here, because I ain't got time for this. I'm staying away from that edge, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that, Jack. Oh, come on. You serious? Yeah, yeah, get it. I don't feel bad about this. I don't feel bad about this. Ha! Killed yourself running into me. That's what happened there. You ain't tough enough for me. It's gonna be my slogan. You know, you don't want to get held down in those, like, when they grab you from behind. Like, it doesn't look like they're doing anything, but every time he's got you in that hold, you lose, like, a health tick. Like, literally every second. So him just holding me will kill me. If he holds me from behind with nobody else hitting me for, like, 8 seconds, I'm dead. Got the power punch. Got the power punch. Lost the power punch. Had it. Had it for a second there, guys. Let's let him run at me, maybe. And then kick. Let him come into my foot. Let them attack me and run into my outstretched flying kick. I think that's going to be a good strategy here. Because they like to run here in this level, don't they? Let's let them come to me. I think that's a good idea. I think that's what we'll do. Oh, this guy. This guy. Yeah, Dr. Loser, it is a lot like Double Dragon. Except for the motorcycle segment. Yeah, I'm glad you joined for the motorcycle segment. So yeah, this is if you're joining late, Renegade, the very first Technos Japan game. It was an arcade game that was ported to the NES, and I think it was like a concept game almost. Man, these guys. So I think it was like a concept game for the beat 'em up style. They don't have side scrolling, like everything happens on one screen and then you go to a different screen, but it's the same company that puts out Crash and the Boys World Cup. I think the developers or the director worked on the Double Dragons, so I mean it definitely came from this game, and yeah, I mean, it was like the earliest one. So you can see like the character sprite. It's not quite the Technos character, but you can see some elements of similarity. And it is like this guy is the mascot. I mean, he did spawn all those characters. Yeah, Turtles 2. That's a game I have, and I do have the manual for, so we might be playing some Turtles 2 at some point. But first, I'm gonna see if I can kick. I don't know how to do this. Hold on a second, guys. We looked at the manual in the beginning. I'm just gonna take a pause here. What's the story with kicking people off their motorcycles? Kick with the A button. Okay. I'll kick with the A button. I guess you just gotta time it. That's it. That's all there is to it. You just gotta time it. There it is. Got one. Nope, too early. Too late. Good God. Oh, beat it, scum. Man, why are these guys so aggressive towards me? Like, I didn't do anything. This is stage 2 of this game. It took us about 30 minutes to get through all of stage 1. Not my favorite stage. Oh, come on. I think I had him there. Come on. Stand in the middle of the screen. This makes it a little easier for me, I think. Yeah, now I'm getting the timing down. Wait. Okay, coming at me. Coming in hot. He's coming in hot. Alright, now I'm on the bike. Yeah. Yeah, so this is fun. I'm not sure. Do I have to punch this guy off his bike? Yeah, I guess I do. I guess I gotta fight these people. Kick, 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 kick. You gotta get below him, and then you gotta get. Yeah, that's what you gotta do. Got the S to speed up. That's why the S power up is important in this stage. That's why they call it out in the instruction manual, because you actually gotta get by them, because you have to get below, I think, to kick them. You know? There we go. We got that one. Got him. I'm try to get him early, I think. There we go. Alright. Boss level. I'm hoping the jump kick works on this guy too, because I don't know what he does. Jump kick always worked on the last on Jack or Mike. What was his name? I don't even remember. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. Let him run at you, and then jump kick him in the face. That's the key here, I think. That's the key here. Oh no, oh no. Knee to the crotch, the finishing move. So another cool thing about this game is how well developed all the controls are with the different types of punching. You got the ground and pound, you can throw them over your shoulder. You can run at people and jump and run punch, run kick, run do a bunch of things. All right, the old girl gang, which you will remember from Double Dragon. I guess in Japan, there was a very well-known girl gang in the 80s in youth culture, the Sukeban. And that is what this is intended to be. However, you will notice, and I have read, that these women here are wearing dresses and carrying what appear to be purses. I think that was an adaptation when they ported this to America. I think they were traditional Sukeban in the original Japanese arcade version, but when they Americanized this, I don't know what they were thinking, to be honest. I don't know if we quite have the girl gang corollary, but yeah, that's what this is. The third stage of 4 stages. You get beat on by the girl gang. And as you can see, I mean, it's not like that. It's not that different from the other stage, right? So I mean, their moves aren't any different really. They don't have like the guy with the bat hitting you in the back every time you're punching someone, but you got the girl with I don't know, looked like a whip or like a nunchuck or something that she was throwing at me. Throw her. Get him set up with the kicks. Let him run at you. You know, you got a lot of flexibility with how you fight, but man, are you always outnumbered. And the AI is kind of smart, to be honest. They will always, whenever you're fighting someone, they'll always get another bad guy behind you to take you out. So, yeah, it's tricky. I don't know if the old crotch knee move quite has the same effect here, but you know, I'm gonna employ it anyway because I don't know. Is that wrong? Is that bad that I'm still using that? I don't know. I don't feel bad about kneeing the guy with the bat from stage 1 because he pummeled me for 30 straight minutes. Oh, got the power up! Got the power up! Yep, see ya. Oh, what, I only get one? I only get one punch? So yeah, P appears. If you're joining us late, the game manual actually tells you the algorithms used to generate the secret moves, and they involve kicking walls or punching or kicking the third enemy at a very specific time on that timer up above. You see that 1 minute timer? So if you kick the wall in stage 1 when it's at 17 seconds, a hamburger falls out to replenish your health. But there's no way you would know what the timers were if you didn't have the manual. Each stage, you know, in stage 2 you get a hamburger if you kick the wall at like 36 seconds on the timer. But like the manual actually tells you what the how it works. So I don't remember off the top of my head how the power-up works, but I think it has to do with knocking the third enemy down when it's like an even number or something weird like that. But again, you know, in the days of our youth where we rented these games, they never really had those instruction manuals. So you would have no idea why that power-up showed up, like that one right there. Like that one right there, unless you had the manual and you could sort of manipulate it. Yeah. No internet either. And nobody wrote any notes in my instruction manual that I acquired, which I was very disappointed again to see. Because as I was saying, every instruction manual for these games, these originals, gave you a notes field where you could write your thoughts, you could draw maps for your RPGs and such, you could record your high scores, you could record secrets, passwords, a lot of them had password saves. We wrote all over our manuals as kids. I don't see any notes for this one. Yep, gotta do the shoulder throw when they surround you like that. That was close. Is that my last life? I don't know. Let's see here. Get lost, punk. Game over. Whew. Well, we might have time to skip ahead. But I didn't set up the other controller. Another neat thing, if you're joining us late, the instruction manual gives you the cheat codes. If you can see that, advance to stage 2 and 3. So you have to plug in 2 controllers. I don't have the other one set up right now, but I could maybe set it up in a minute or two. But yeah, if you push the control pad on the second controller on like a 1-player game, or a 2-player game probably, you can jump right ahead to the first, or to the second or third levels. There's only 4 stages in this game. It is kind of like a concept game. Very early era idea for beat 'em up that I think they executed very well on. The AI, the mechanics, you know, all they needed to do after this game came out was graphics, really. I mean, and they did that, I think. See, now you get to see the bat guy if you join us late. He's aggravating. He's really aggravating. Yeah. But yeah, the manual tells you everything you need to know if you want to jump ahead to stage 2 or stage 3. I don't imagine this game has too much replayability, right? Because, like, there's not a lot of difference between the levels, except for that exceptional motorcycle fighting scene. But, you know, it's still worth having a look, because I think historically it's kind of an important game. And it doesn't, honestly, as you play it, if you play the Double Dragon games in particular, like the controls, the mechanics will all feel very familiar. So I mean, they definitely didn't change much after they came out with this game and put this together. They were able to just keep moving with it. Like, they kind of nailed it on the first try, it seems. You know, just adding different elements to the map, and you know, instead of having just like a single room for each phase of the stage, having like a side-scrolling platformer was kind of new and interesting. But you know, there are still the single rooms in the Double Dragons. You know, some of those boss fights work that way. I gotta kill this guy. I only have 1 health left. If he gets me, it's over. All right, we're good. Phase 2. Here we go. Oh, come on, I wanted to do the ground and pound. See, that's what I mean. Like, they tell you how to do the ground and pound, but in practice, there's never not going to be 2 other people punching you. So you really don't have to have time to just like sit on a guy and punch him to get the knockout, because there's 2 other guys that are going to be hitting you the whole time you're doing that. And if any of them gets you, they just knock you right off. So it's like, I don't know what to do. Oh yeah, do I get my health back? Yeah. There's hamburgers that look like, the sprites kind of look like little I don't know, turd icons. But you have to kick a wall at a very specific time on the timer. Like in stage 1, you have to flying kick a wall when it's at 17 on the timer, and a hamburger is supposed to fall out. It tells you all this in the instruction manual. I screwed around with it for about 10 minutes earlier in the show, trying to get it the bat guy. The bat guy gets me every time. Yep. I screwed around with it early on trying to time it, but you have to actually run at the wall and do like a flying kick into it, and you have to hit the wall at exactly 17 seconds on that timer for the hamburger to fall out, and there's 3 guys in the way. So like if you start running at that wall at 19, the three dudes will just step in the way and you'll just run into them. Really hard to execute on the health thing, but to answer your question, yes. There are hamburgers and they are hidden in the walls, only accessible by jump kick. Oh, what's the matter, Fitzy? Can you guys hear him crying? He doesn't like that I'm talking too loud. He wants to nap, I think. It's alright, Fitz. We got one more playthrough before the bar trivia starts. I'll give you a break after the bar trivia. I'll let you out, but I can't quit right now. I have street toughs. I have street toughs to fight. I think the point of this game is that they've kidnapped my woman. We're all definitely in high school. I'm certain of that from the lore. I don't know if that was the truth in the Japanese version, but when they redid it for America, that's kind of the standard MO for these types of games. Some gang has... Whoops. Yeah, if you start the run in one direction and you don't stop it, you run into the wall, or you run off the ledge and die. Yeah, it's bad. I stay over here for this boss because he will throw or kick me off the ledge there, and that is an instant death. So as long as I keep my back to the wall, he can't really get at me. That is something we learned in the first 20 minutes of this playthrough, where I struggled with stage 1. Yeah, he'll do that. He'll try to throw you. You just want to stay away from the ledge. Oh, brutal. So close. That's all right. We got one continue. I kind of want to get back to the motorcycle level one more time before we quit, and we're getting close to quitting time, so I'm going to see if I can get past this guy and get past phase 1 of the next stage. Oof, come on, dude. Alright, you're just going to get jump kicked. Back to my tried and true jump kick. You come to me. You just run into my foot. That's probably the best strategy here. You're the aggressor. Come here, run into my foot. Oh, see, you got me that time. If I time it right. I'm gonna get him, because I want to do the motorcycle. And I'm not gonna use the cheat codes, because I don't have my second control. Oh, don't do it, don't do it. There it is. See you later, Jack. Mr. K for Kunio-kun. You ain't tough enough for me, Jack. Who's next? Who's next, Fitzy? Motorcycle. Yep. Get him in the grapple. Throw him into the guy that moves behind you, because that's always what these little punks do. They don't let you fight, you know. They always want one guy punching you from behind at all times. The classic code of the street gang, you know. Cheap shots. Yeah, wait for him to get behind you. Throw him over your shoulder. That's a good strategy. It works. It works. Nope, see? See? I was waiting for it. As soon as you throw a punch, you get hit. So, like, the ground and pound, not feasible. Not feasible. Maybe if you have 2 players, and the second player can distract some of these punks, then you can get your punches off for the ground and pound there. But when 3 of them are on the screen and it's just me, you are not going to be sitting on anyone and punching them in the face, because you will get hit by the others. They're good, man. The AI's good. Like, they'll dodge your stuff, you know? For a game that's this old, like, I'm surprised at how well the enemies kind of, like, you know what you're gonna do. Like, they'll dodge your kicks and stuff. They'll time things right, you know? I don't fully understand how the health works, because I notice like I'm getting hit sometimes and not losing health. But like if you notice, if anybody grabs me from behind and just pull, time out. Why would there be a time limit? But, you know, that's how these games work. There were always a time limit for some reason. I guess they wanted to up the ante, make it more challenging. I don't know of any modern games that have time limits. But I think that's going to wrap up the playthrough for today. We did get to see all 4 stages, but we only got through phase 1 of stage 4. We got to have some fun with the motorcycle stage, which I really enjoyed. We created a little bit of fodder for our bar trivia segment, which will be starting next. But first, we're going to take a short break. If you would like to grab yourself a drink, get a water, get a Coke, get something to quench your thirst, join us back here if you'd like. Make yourself a Renegade Punch. We'll be back in about 3 minutes, and then we will get into the bar trivia and wrap things up. So we'll see you in a little bit. We're back and we're ready to get into some bar trivia. Thank you for watching us play through Renegade today. I got my co-host here, a little Fitz for Fitzgerald. Before we get going with the bar trivia, if you want to check out Cute Puppy Pics online, we're having a little bit of an influencer competition between Fitz and myself. You can follow him on Instagram at fitz.forfitzgerald. And support me and the stream by following us on Twitter at Hey Master G. That is the official Twitter account for the NES Happy Hour stream and my Retro Gaming Adventures YouTube channel, which will be containing all of these videos after Season 1 is concluded and I get a chance to record and cut everything. Yeah, without further ado, I think let's get into one of my favorite segments for Season 1 of the NES Happy Hour. The bar trivia challenge. Oh, we got that. We gotta switch the output. Hold on 1 second. Let's cue it up here. One more. The NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G Bar Trivia Challenge Renegade Edition. The questions in today's show will feature 5 multiple choice questions from loosely based on the Renegade game that we just played in our playthrough here. We like to do a little bit of bar trivia to keep with the theme of the Happy Hour show, and because I really enjoy doing bar trivia whenever I go out for happy hour fun after work during the week. So, without further ado, question number 1. Renegade launched a franchise for Technos Japan with its NES launch in 1987. The main protagonist, later appearing in other Technos Japan games in the franchise, was named after which Technos Japan company executive? Was that A, Billy Lee, B, Yoshihisa Kishimoto, C, Takeo Hagiwara, or D, Kunio-kun? 10 seconds, the clock starts now. Do you know what it is, Fitz? Is it Billy Lee? Fitz thinks it's Billy Lee. Oh, Fitz, I think you're wrong. Billy Lee, of course, was the character in the Double Dragon series. One of the brothers, not a real person to my knowledge, although I'm sure there is a Billy Lee out there. No, the main protagonist, which you remember from our playthrough, where you saw Mr. K for Kunio-kun, it was named after the former president of Technos Japan, Kunio-kun, and that's where he got his name. Yeah, so that's that. Moving along to question number 2, Renegade, which of course was the first game in the series, is fully titled Neketsu Koha Kunio-kun, which roughly translates to which of the following phrases? Is it A, Hot-blooded Tough Guy Kunio, B, Punch Master Super Fist Kunio, C, Super Knockout Kunio, or D, Special No-No Fight Boy Kunio. You have 10 seconds, and the clock starts now. This is a good one, Fitz. This is a good one because they're all ridiculous. So I don't think anything was lost in translation. I think they really I think they really meant it. I think they nailed it here. I think, as you see on the screen here, the correct answer was A. Hot-blooded Tough Guy Kunio. So yeah, that's that. The other three I just completely made up. So yeah, none of those are real. I'm not even sure what they translate to in Japan. But if you did a little bit of research on the old Wikipedia, I'm sure you could have found this one out. This was an easy one as far as bar trivia goes. All right, question number 3 as we proceed. The Americanized version of Renegade was redrawn, and elements of redesign are said to have drawn their inspiration from which of the following American films? So the best advice I can give you for this one is think about the scenery that we were fighting in these stages. I think some elements of the movie are present there, but which of the American films did this Americanized version of Renegade draw its inspiration from? Was it A, the movie Roadhouse, B, the movie The Warriors, or C, the movie The Outsiders, or D, the movie Hard Times? All great movies, some called classics from the 70s and 80s. 10 seconds. The clock starts now. Where you going, buddy? And the answer is The Warriors. So I guess it came out around the same time or slightly before, and they really liked that the design elements in that film. So they tried to incorporate some of that graffiti, the subway in stage 1. Some of those other things that they changed from the Japanese version were meant to draw inspiration from the movie The Warriors. I don't know too much about any of these movies, so I'm not going to make any recommendations. I have seen Roadhouse and The Warriors. I have not seen The Outsiders or Hard Times. But yeah, sure. Check it out if you have time this weekend. The Warriors. All right, Fitz. Ready for question number 4. The gangs, and I mentioned this during the show, so you might have gotten enough hints from my commentary during the playthrough to get this answer. But the gangs of biker thugs featured in Renegade were originally high school delinquents and Bozozuku members, which was a youth gang known for their customized motorcycles, of which there are tons of very cool pictures on the internet if you look them up. They do really bizarre customizations to these motorcycles. But in Japanese culture, the Bozozoku uniforms often feature which of the following accessories? Do they feature antlers? Do they feature leather capes? Do they feature surgical masks? Or do they feature high heels? You have 10 seconds to think it over. The clock starts now. And the answer is surgical masks. So run-of-the-mill, ordinary surgical masks like we are all way too familiar with at the present time of filming this show because of a certain health crisis for coronavirus. Yes, this Japanese motorcycle gang, one popular feature is that they would wear just regular white surgical masks as they rode. Kind of interesting, kind of unique. I don't think you could get away with wearing high heels if you're in a motorcycle gang. Leather cape's too easy. Antlers would be interesting, but that is not correct. The answer is C, surgical masks. And finally, I think we have one more question. Which of the following characters, fictional characters, could be considered most similar to Sukeban, to a Sukeban, which is the girl gang like those featured in Renegade? So which of the following fictional characters could be considered most similar to a Sukeban? Vito Corleone, Harley Quinn, Dominic Toretto, or Katniss Everdeen? Clock starts now. It's okay. It's the last question. You'll get it right. You want to eat something? And the answer, of course, is Harley Quinn. The Sukeban was the leader of that girl gang that was featured in the game today. In Japanese culture, I think they're known for wearing kind of, I guess, like school outfits reminiscent of like the Battle Royale series, if you've watched any of that. So of the choices here, Harley Quinn is the most similar to a leader of a girl gang, and that's why she is the answer, the correct answer. Question B. So thank you for playing the NES Happy Hour Bar Trivia with Fitz and Master G. We hope you join us for tomorrow's show. We will have another segment, another featured drink, another game, and another 5-question bar trivia. If you would like to participate in our bar trivia, drop us a line at fitzandmasterg.com, and in a future season where we stream these segments, we might invite you to participate and answer the questions live on the stream for the chat audience to cajole and troll and you know, play around with us. So yeah, that's that. Tomorrow's featured game is actually going to be a popular game show that everyone knows and loves. You know, there's a big NES library, and there's quite a few games that I intend to get through. I'll get as far as I can through the NES library, as long as I can keep taping these games, 1 game per day. Tomorrow's game, we're going to feature Wheel of Fortune, which was a PC game ported over to the NES. I think it's pretty much the same, though. You know, it's a fun game. It'll be fun to watch me struggle. I hope I don't struggle with the Wheel of Fortune puzzles. But we have a great little set of quiz questions about Wheel of Fortune. We'll be playing the Wheel of Fortune game. And our featured drink for tomorrow's segment will be the Vanna White. So join us again if you can at the same time, same place, 4 p.m. Eastern, live on Twitch, archived later on YouTube for the NES Happy Hour with Fitz and Master G. We hope you enjoyed your time with us. Hope you had a relaxing afternoon after work, and we hope to see you back very soon. Thank you all. Have a good night.